We're back here with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We've got 68 shrines, 2 dungeons, and we're gonna get some more. Because I can't leave it there. And why would I? Anyway, first note. I've got 2 notes. Number 1, in the previous memory we watched, which was the one with the Purah pad where Monero told Zelda about the art of draconification, loosely. No, I know, she basically just said you just eat a stone and that's it. When I was editing it back and I was listening to the French dub, well, I mean, I was listening to the French dub while I was playing it, but I was also reading the subtitles at the same time, so I wasn't focusing very hard on it. It sounded like Rauru addressed Mineru as Dinu ma sœur. So I guess her name is Dinu in the French version, and then ma sœur is my sister. So I guess she's his sister? Interesting bit of translation shenanigans that we didn't get that from this English memory, but we did get it from the French one, if I heard that correctly. Which there's every chance I didn't, because I'm not a native speaker of French. And then the only other note I had was, I just drew the most crooked line in my journal through that note. We may not be able to tell precisely what power the Master Sword has, but we may, because what if you put another sword out, does it show you the arrow? It does. So this one is more power than the Master Sword, so it probably is something like 30. Because this one, it'll show a down arrow, right? So it probably is just 30 like it was in Breath of the Wild, so I don't know why it doesn't just say that. Unless it has, maybe it like grows with your hearts or stamina or something? Not sure, but it seems like we could, if we fussed around with it, we could eventually figure out what precise number it has right now, considering it does give you the arrow to let you know if you're more or less powerful. If you just fuse a horn to the Master Sword, does it, whoops. How cool does it look? It looks pretty sweet. Okay, I do like that. I'm gonna equip that even though that's less powerful than the silver one by a long shot. The Master Sword regenerates anyway, so it's not a huge waste. It did feel a little silly to have, like, this awesome new Master Sword, but then every time I swing it, it turns into the silly-looking silver thing with the pom-pom in the end. So I'd like to play with unfused or fuse something cool to it, so it at least looks like a cool little trident thing. Anyway, I don't remember if I said particularly what direction I wanted to head this episode. I'm thinking we just head into the wilderness and see what's up. I kind of do want to try fighting this frost Gleeok, though. Let's give that a whirl. Would have been nicer if I had a vehicle to fly into the sky with it. I've never really done vehicle combat in this game. Like, made one that actually properly had, like, a construct head on it with, like, a bunch of weapons on the top of it, so it would actually, like, fly around and, like, target enemies and go towards them and then murderize them. Because you can make, like, planes and carts and stuff that actually do, like, follow enemies around and hit them. So from the little bit I played off camera that one time when I fought one of these things off camera, so once you take down all the health bars of the head individually, it sort of staggers the whole thing to open it up for melee attacks right after. I'm interested to try and use some fire attacks to see if they're more damage on this thing, but also to use some puff shrooms and see if we can confuse this thing. Because the way I've heard it makes it sound like puff shrooms, even beyond what we've seen already, are pretty damn powerful. Okay, that's definitely going to see once we jump up here, so let's try about hitting that head now. Oh yeah, with this Zonite bow. You get some easy headshots because this thing is super accurate. Pew! Each of the heads get one. Not quite. Almost. Hang on. Wait, stop. Damn it. Shoot. Okay, we don't want to get froze, so I think we get behind something. That's probably step 1. There's a lot of cover here, so it shouldn't actually be too hard. I don't think the heads regenerate health until they're, like, fully exhausted, so I think we can probably carry on. Oh, yeah, here we go. Carry on until we get all their health bars done so we can get some good melee hits here, which I'll probably use the Master Sword for, because it seems to be effective against boss-type enemies, so this will floor it. Let's go for some big damage here. Big damage! Yeah, it seems to be making big slammy noises, unless it always does that when you're hitting the vulnerable bits, I guess. But yeah, this is pretty effective. Let's keep going at this. Look at the dramatic music and everything. Alright, I get behind that thing again. As long as you've got cover, it seems like it's not going to be too bad. Eek! Don't! I think we got max stamina to sprint through the snow as well. Alright, you! Oh, I don't like those, the gale force look of what just happened. Yeah, fortunately these heads don't actually have huge health bars, so as long as you're just laying into them with arrows, getting a stagger out on them is perfectly fine. And since we have max stamina, it's really easy to do such a thing. Can I hit 2 heads at once if I'm doing this? Is that any better? Yeah! I'm not sure it is. Yeah! 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 Wow. This is totally working. I've been blown away by... It's fine, I'm invincible while I'm getting up. That's just fair. That's just fair gameplay. Really, if I had fused something better to this Master Sword, it would be going faster, but I like the way this thing looks. And isn't that why we play games? To have fun and get immersed in something? How can I be immersed in it when I don't like how my sword looks? Oh god! Stop that! I'm hitting your head in the head. There we go. Hiya! Don't even really probably need to do it with the, oh yeah, it's making the special effect, the super slam noise because I'm hitting the head. If you hit the neck, it's not as good. There goes that. Don't even really need the arrow time for it, but just to take no chances here because we've been murderized by these things a whole bunch before. Let's not. But I won't use the flurry rush weapons for this because that's too silly. All right, time to go again. Don't. Okay, it's fine. If you're just gonna use the wind on me, then I get invincibility as long as I'm getting up, so that's fine with me. Oh, apparently the snowballs also don't hurt you, which is fun. I'll be having no more of this. Oh, did I accidentally spear this one in the head? I was wondering why is it that it was already kind of wounded. Hang on. Pew. And actually, the hitbox you're allowed to hit here is pretty big, so I don't need to be too careful about that. And yeah. That's the stuff. Oh yeah. A few more of those and this thing will be history, although it will take a number of our weapons. There are certainly damage sponges, these, so you're gonna run out your weapons fighting them. Which one will be using next? Should we just bring the Gloom Sword to it? Make short work of it all? Silver Lino Pulverizer. Nah, we should get rid of this thing. Oh, sorry, this thing. Yeah, let's do this one next. Wow, it's a huge looking spear. Hang on, should I wait for my stamina to recharge a bit? Wait, huh? Oh, it's gone way higher. Well, that could be an issue, couldn't it? Well, it's gonna have to get down here if it wants to hit us, surely. Surely it won't just laser us from there, will it? It might. There's a chance it might. I don't like the look of what's happening here. Oh, am I safe from that over here? Because you can see how I'd get the impression that I'm not. What hit me? Nothing touched me. Oh, I see. Oh no, I see. Wait, hang on. Is there a chance of getting on these and rewinding them? Not if you get hit by another one. I should have picked a smaller one to get on top of. I'm dead again. Well, there's all my fairies. God damn it, hang on. Let me pick a smaller one so I can actually jump up it in time. Listen, go back. I don't know where I'm going, but let's go. Okay. Okay. This is the idea, is what you're supposed to do. All right, you think you're gonna shoot me out of the air, but you're maybe right. Let's just get full health and hope that does anything. But probably not. I'm probably gonna get shot out of the air here because there's nothing I can do to dodge this. As far as I can tell. Not until I get in close anyway. All right, it's fine. Just gotta shoot it a few times before this reaches me. It targeted it, so it kept moving. No, that didn't count as a head. Oh, come on. I'm running out of stamina here. Hit. And hit. And hit. Okay, more stamina is needed. I see that now. Yes, this would be a good thing to have. All these stamina bombs. No, sorry, I wasn't done. That was the end of that bow. That it brought down, though. Okay, this should finish it. Oh, that finished it. The fall killed it. Wow. Well, there you go. Oh, my first time actually beating one of those. Considering I didn't have enough armor to block any of everything it did, so everything I did to me was a one-shot. I'd say we've got out of that pretty well. I feel quite lucky. Well, that wasn't how I expected the first few minutes of this to go, but there you go. Gleeok wing, 24 fused attack power. This aerodynamic wing segment from a Gleeok is thin and light, but extremely sturdy. Arrows and thrown weapons fly farther with this item attached. And Gleeok Frost Horn, 30. Crown like frost imbued horn of a Gleeok attached to a weapon to vastly increase attack power. Nice. Very good. Seems like a small pool of resources, actually, that we got from that huge fight, but I'm happy it went down anyway. I do see a shrine in the wilderness over there. Let's go head to that. Considering it was my first time ever seeing that final move there, I feel like we didn't do too poorly. Ooh, coastal thing we don't have in the book, do we? Sure we do. If you'd had better weapons than I do as well, or if I'd used the better weapons we had, I could have taken it down when I staggered it much earlier, and then we wouldn't have had to go to as far as that phase. It was my own insolence in using weaker weapons for it that forced us to do that much fighting. Nevertheless, we got a few more open weapon slots now, which is nice. Oh my god, the other glyph is right here. Let's absolutely go to deal with that while we're here, when I was going for the shrine. And of all the glyphs, you see damn well as, damn near as well, soon. There we go, got it in the end. Do I have a map for this place? I sure don't, which explains why I didn't know about all these islands a minute ago. Hang on, there was one close by to me, was there? I could have sworn I just saw, we just sailed by one. It's too snowy to see. Oh, here's one. I don't think I'm gonna make it now, though. Nah, the snowstorm's blowing me away too hard. I'm not making any headway here. Too bad. Glyph first, then to that shrine, I suppose. This is a huge glyph, by the way. Actually, I should survey it while we're up here still. Because there's a bunch of these little tier markings, but only one of them will be filled in. Ah, there it is. But one of them's got to have a Korok as well. At least one. I mean, this is a huge glyph. Oh yeah, there's a rock. Or is that a boulder? Yes, it is. Very well, I'll walk around with the Ultra Hand after we see this memory. It probably will be far away from this memory, I guess, in the whole thing. But here we go! I mean, I have a theory about what these big old mandibles here are, but, I'll just shush and let it speak for itself, because I imagine it's going to be pretty obvious in a second what precisely they meant by this whole pattern on the ground there. Bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. That was a cool attack it had, though, where it just creates a blizzard which starts shooting icicles out, and you can ride them back up. I think it was one of those things where it's like, that was the obvious answer I picked, which was to ride them back up, but it was still cool. Oh, right after this, huh?
Enfin. Tu es à moi à présent.
If what Manera said is right, though, he won't be an expert just by touching it, which is good at least. Yeah, it's a little different on him, isn't it? Not fond of that.
La puissance grandit en moi.
He's like twitching with ecstasy. My man is euphoric. Oh! He just got, like, beefier. This is exceedingly bad news, and his hair got long too. Holy crap. He does look cool as hell, though. Even though you're terrifying and I don't like what you did to my friends, you look so cool. And I get why after seeing this, Zelda was like, I'm not sure Link can beat this guy. Here comes the army. Oh boy. In the past, too. Oh, here come the Lionels. At least there aren't any golden ones. Phew! Sweet, awesome. Love it. You can have that half of Hyrule. We'll go over here.
Sonia! Tu arrives trop tard, Rauru. Tu le gardais jalousement, n'est-ce pas? Il t'était réservé à toi et au tien.
No, I think he just used it wisely.
Le pouvoir des dieux est à moi désormais. Regarde ta femme. Elle a payé le prix de ton arrogance sans borne. Tu as commis l'erreur de vouloir me soumettre. Et elle te coûtera bien plus que tu l'imagines.
Oh, that's messed up.
Votre Majesté! La reine a besoin de vous.
He was obviously just trying to rile him, because that's in no way his... Well, it's not on the whole his fault, as much as his Ganondorf's, obviously. Port them all away. Good call. Also, I don't know if that she got stabbed in the back necessarily. We didn't see a knife. He also might have just punched her really hard in the spine in that other memory. It wasn't exactly clear. Oh man, hate that. But his voice sounds cool too. I hate how cool he is. As the adage goes, punch my wife in the spine, see what happens. He's gonna get his in a bit, I guess. But damn, man, that was just vicious. I'm with you, Link. Oh god, was that the first time we've ever seen one of their third eyes open? Damn, Birth of the Demon King. Mercifully, the only tier left is tier number 2, which will be much more chill, I would hope. Probably it's going to be her meeting Monero, because otherwise it's just like, she just comes out of nowhere in tier 3. Well, that was thoroughly horrible. Let's go find a Korok. Oh, there's a rock. Didn't even need the Ultra Hand. I love how the way this game does the memories. It's like, and Breath of the Wild was sort of the same way, I guess, but they were usually a little more tranquil. It's just like, you just walk into a meadow, see the worst thing you've ever seen in your life, and they're just like, now go skip about the snowy tundra and find some Korok friends. The tonal shift is just so staggeringly huge. I don't even have time to, like, emotionally come to grips with the fact that Ganondorf just punched Sonia's spine out of her body and then taunted her grieving husband. Plink, plink, I'm with you there. And did I see another one way in the distance over there? I need to do a shrine to calm my nerves after that. Jeez. I do love about this game that the Ganon in this game has just no chill whatsoever. And I appreciate that. I think the urge, as the game gets more sort of cinematic in nature, would be to focus on giving Ganon some kind of heartthrob backstory, which, you know, has sort of happened a bit in the other games once or twice. Like Wind Waker, he's still evil and obviously delusional, but he makes it sound like he was very, how to put this, because he's all, Hyrule was so much better than the place I grew up in, but he doesn't actually make it clear whether he wanted it to be better for his people or for just for him. But at the very least, you get the vibe that it's like, he's this old, tired man who's just lost over and over and is realizing kind of just how pointless it was, but he's too far in it now to, like, just live out the rest of his days on the ocean and have fun. So it's like, it's still sad, but they're like, yeah, he's a bad guy still. And I think the urge with as this game gets more cinematic, and Breath of the Wild had a lot of people didn't care for the story of that one as much, and the segmented, I'll talk about the segmented storytelling at the end of this game as well. But I kind of liked what they did with, like, the whole arc of Zelda's character, and I felt like it was competently executed, is how I would put it. And I think the urge would be to very much focus on Ganon and give him some kind of huge, sad, oh, well, it was because the witches who raised him were mean, or something like that, right? And I think that would have been supremely lame. I like this much better that he's just a power-hungry maniac, and instead of focusing the drama on trying to rectify that somehow with a sad sob story, they're instead just like, see how cinematic we can make his complete ludicrousness? And he's freaking terrifying in this game. Love it. Might even just be able to make this with my amazingly high stamina just by jumping over and over. Or not. Do I have any sticky elixir? No, well, there's no point. Let's just build a... We don't need something huge for this. Just a hot air balloon will do. They're easy to make, except when you can't take them out. That does make them harder to make. I will grant. You know, I've been thinking, if you stuck one of those carts that follows monsters and then stuck a shock emitter on the front, that probably wouldn't be too much power, and it would probably be pretty effective, because thunder is very good in this game. I mean, thunder and ice are pretty effective in a fight in this game, Breath of the Wild, so we should probably test that out in bigger fights as we go on. Although we are getting to the point where we have such good gear that, save large boss fights like the one we just took on, most typical fights are not too difficult. Oshazan U Shrine, inside which is a trial known only as Mallet Smash. Wow. You're being rather direct with the naming convention this time. Oh, I like this. That's close enough. Nope. No, it isn't. I lied. That's better. Prepare to be thwonked. Hayonk. That's very satisfying. Let me track chests here, just to make sure I don't miss one in a room. Plunk plonk. Gotcha. Oh, I'm with you there. We want to make this... Oh, this is very interesting. I mean, surely if we just stick it like this... and then put a rocket on the back of it, it'll slam into it, right? Hard enough? Hopefully they give us more rockets if I'm wrong, but it should just go like... Oh, I did turn it the wrong way. Sorry, I thought it was... I thought of it like a fan, which was the wrong way to think of it. Like, oh, it does come back. Good. Sorry, I meant like that. And then we hit it and it goes just... Qua? Oh, does it need a vent to go through, so I need to do it like this? Because otherwise they would just be blasting into nothing. Yeah, wonk! There we go, that's what I was thinking. More like... Bajunk! I'll have that log back now. If I can reach it without falling off the edge like an idiot. And it would seem I can't. Oh, whatever, I was just gonna stand that long log up here, just to make it a little climbing thing. But you know what? I like this plan better, game. You're absolutely right, game. I shouldn't limit myself by typical etiquette of what to do and what not to do on a log. We should just do it like that. Stick a rocket on it. That fixes everything. A doobity doobity doo. Sweet, that's the one I just broke. And I'm really liking the range it gives you. So let's do that for sure, and I'll just keep using the royal bow for now. Because this one's got attack up on it, which is also pretty swanky. And this is everything done then. 69 shrines complete. Thank you! And was I tripping balls, or was there another one to the right of here? To the east of here, anyway. If you whistle, you can call summon sages to your side, even in combat. Oh yeah, speaking of, I turned them off at some point to not kill wolves and stuff, didn't I? We should get them back. Hey, friends! I probably should have had you for the Gleeok fight, shouldn't I? That would have made certain things easier. What is that? That's the sword glyph. This over here is the labyrinth, but I could have sworn I saw another shrine there earlier. I was probably looking past it and saw the one that's closer to Death Mountain. Hello, little Korak. Where's your friend? Oh, no problem. Just relax and enjoy the bumpy ride. Sorry. Wow, you really tumble, don't you? Ooh, this is a sled thing over here. Master Spardsman Sword. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, I shouldn't really be silly about it. I wanted to just fight once with it while it had something cool looking on it, but I should just keep putting silver bokoblin horns and whatever other good stuff we got. They had this sled there, but it doesn't actually seem necessary. It feels like we could just walk this, and I'd rather do that than try and build the thing and have everything go bad because I made it wrong. It's not a far distance. There might be monsters in the way. That's probably what the sled is really for, is to get past them more easily, but let's hope not. We're playing plonking. It's probably reacting to the shrine that's inside the labyrinth. Go on, let's give the labyrinth a try. I mean, in Breath of the Wild, they didn't take any time at all, right? Here you go. But quick, catch them before they tumble down. Thank you. 21 Cs, we could probably get another inventory upgrade right now. They haven't got the backpack off yet. Oh my, there's even a little tablet in front of him. This time. North Lomai Labyrinth? Sure. North Lomai? Is there a South Lomai Labyrinth, or are they just saying it as distinct from the one in the sky? Hello? It's engraved with ancient Zona text. You can't make out what it said. Right you are. Research log day 1. Zona glyphs carved in the stone slab read, the dragon ring slumbers in the labyrinth's depths. Wake it and ye shall receive due compensation. Sorry, I was totally laughing there without any, and I didn't, when I was out of breath. I don't know why the phrase, wake it and ye shall receive due compensation, has really tickled me. But that's really funny. Tauro deciphered them for us, but has since run off to another newly discovered ruin for further study. Writing frankly, I see his absence as an opportunity, and he discovers that may lie within will all be credited to me. My name will be forever tied to solving the mysteries of the Zona civilization. I gathered a haul of Hylian pine cones, and I will use them to mark my trail in places where I might otherwise get lost. Awesome. Hilarious. Is Tauro the... Yeah, this guy. The super earnest one. I wonder who is writing that then. Sorry, did it say someone's journal? No, just his note on the table. So follow the pine cones is what they're trying to tell us. I do also want that shrine that's in here, though. Oh, what? It kills all your extra hearts if you do that? I didn't like the sound of that. So are we supposed to follow the pine cones, or is that telling us that this person got lost? Well, maybe we should. They're in here somewhere and we need to go save them. Maybe that's the idea. Let's follow them anyway, just to out of curiosity about where they went. Nothing else. Oh, maybe they got locked in here. I don't remember how this labyrinth was shaped in the previous game to remember how to get in there. Although there's also one in the sky, which is curious. Research log day 2. I set out with great enthusiasm, but so far I haven't found anything other than an endless supply of bitter cold. If the Zona were going to bother to carve a note into that slab, couldn't they have etched a few hints in there too? How long has that slab been at the entrance to the site anyway? I might be remembering wrong, but I don't think it was there before the upheaval. I don't remember it there. Possible I'm supposed to free some of this stuff as well, or thaw some of it. Interesting, I've been walking around this whole place with only cold resistance 1, and it's been alright. So I guess it's more like up into the mountain that you really have to worry about level 2 cold resistance. Maybe they changed that a bit in this game. I remember this being like all double cold area. You know, they said a cold front has blown in and everything. You obviously couldn't descend in the first game, so they wouldn't, if it is the same as the first game, they wouldn't need you to do that to get to the important parts of the labyrinth, but I don't actually know if it is shaped the same way as the Breath of the Wild labyrinth. Oh, hello. There's a Korak over here. I did always have a bit of trouble with these ones. There were one or two, because I played the game through a few times, Breath of the Wild that is. There were one or two where I got them like instantly and I felt so clever, but the majority of the time it took me some doing. Alright, it's gonna fly here in a sec. Yeah! Gotcha! Mercifully, it's just a 1. Oh, wow, that's a lot of ice down there. What if there's anything interesting that you could get from thawing those as well? I don't have any strictly fire weapons at the moment, do I? I could just fuse a ruby to the Master Sword, I guess. Anyway, I should better... Ooh, this looks all important, doesn't it? Hello? It's all covered off by boulders and everything. A Zonai bow. Sweet. Do we need 2? Probably not. And I'm not tracking chests, so I'll leave that one in there. Oh, screw it. Let me just take it out just in case I do decide to track chests around here at some point. Not that I imagine I would anytime soon. Why am I stuck onto this boulder now? It's fine, I'm not. Let me just wander about for a bit and see if I find anything interesting is what I was about to say. But you know what? Forget about it, because look what I just found. That's right, something interesting. I remember that being the thing, is like the way I solved a lot of the... Oh, well, this isn't the exit, but the way I remember solving a lot of the Breath of the Wild ones is like, I would walk around the labyrinth a whole bunch and be like, I don't see anything, then these paths lead anywhere, and it's because it was like halfway up a wall, or like, it was never just on the ground the way you were supposed to walk, basically, was my experience with it. So I got used to looking up a whole bunch in the middle of them. And you would often find a little hole like that, and often, I guess, as well, it's worth investigating all these areas that are covered with gloom, because that often means something. Oh, I didn't keep following the pine cones, did I? I should have kept doing that. Well, this looks like there's something frozen in there. Is that a Korok? What is that? Oh, it's just a longsword, is it? Yeah, well, we don't need that. Yeah, so we don't need that. Oh, wow, I leave footprints and stuff. I guess they don't stick around very long, do they? No, but that's pretty cool. I remember there being snow footprint design physics in previous game. I guess physics doesn't really apply. It's just like a little prefab model that pops out of the ground, I guess. Anyway, I'll keep having to wander around and see if I find... I'll let you know if I find anything interesting. So you don't have to just watch me bumble around this for too long. Ah, well, here's something interesting for sure. Looks to be just a chest, right? But in the interesting, like, locale it's in. Stuff it. Since we're going to be wandering on this fireplace for a bit, let's just put a ruby on the Master Sword. That's another thing that's useful about the Master Sword, is since it keeps regenerating, it's gonna, like, can be your, like, catch-all, use this for everything kind of weapon. Oh, cool, it still melts it even when the ruby isn't visible. This weapon is just imbued with heat now. It just keeps me warm. Does it keep me warm even if I were to take off these warm pants, say? Yeah, it is. So we can put on something else if we wanted. It's one of the royal guards since they're a bit more defensive. Just for the time being, while we're traveling around here. Hello? Ooh, it shattered into a bunch of icicles, which we can fuse. A mighty Zonite shield. Cool. We probably want that over something we've got here. Ah, there we go. We'll fuse the Zora shield to it. There we are. And since we got that and it doesn't take any durability just to melt stuff by standing near it, we should do that every time we see one of these things, because they usually have some interesting things in them, oftentimes Koroks. Alright, shutting up again. Wait, actually there was a note over there we didn't read, isn't there? Research log, day 3. Okay, so we're still on the path. After shivering in the cold and cowering from the gloom, I finally made it. This pathway leads to the center of the ruins. There's a trail of lights here that's almost beckoning me in. It must lead to the due compensation the slab mentioned. My history-making discovery is mere steps away. You can do this, me. Took you 3 days? Jeepers. I don't mean to be offensive, I just feel bad. I mean, granted, I don't know how many in-game days it's been since we set foot in here myself. Probably only the 1 or so. Ooh, ice fruit here. I guess barring a Korok, if I don't see anything in there, there won't be anything, right? So, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Oof, that was close. Oh, there was a chest in there. Don't know how I melted that one that fast. A mighty Zonite spear, well, we need a weapon anyway, so yeah. Ooh, and that was a mighty, so if we get oh, this one didn't actually do increase the attack power from... No, it did, didn't it? No, wait, Oh, no, I see, right, okay, sorry. This one is 18 after getting something added to it, because it was initially 9. So if I add something to this one, it'll go up to 36 base? Oh, that'll be amazing. I used all the horns, didn't I? Except for this one, bugger. First good horn we get. Oh, no, sorry, this thing as well. First good construct horn we get, we're putting on that. I'll say I've lost the trail of pine cones, which means I should probably turn around, but I'm also just kind of curious what's around here. What was laughing just then? I wasn't really fond of the sound of that. Oh no, it's nothing laughing, it's just more bloody gloom hands. Yes, silly thing. Well, this enables quicker charge attacks, so let me first put on my warm pants again because I took the Master Sword off, and I'm just gonna charge. Yeah! That's right. I'm probably gonna lose all my extra hearts here when I get gloomed, because that's how it works apparently, which I didn't know before, but... Okay, during the charge attack is not actually a good move on this with this thing, because they'll just poke and grab me anyway. But whatever. Do you varmints just think you think that just because it's close quarters and it's easier for you to grab me, therefore that I'm gonna give up and just lay down and kiss my ass goodbye? That's not how this works. That's not how this hero... Cut that out though, really, honestly. Let her go. Don't put your sword away yet, Riju. It's still happening. There you are. The higher charge attack thing would be a good idea now, except for when the fact that it doesn't stagger. There is that. That is a bit of a problem. Yeah! Oof. Okay. Wow, that was really useful, actually. The faster charge attack is coming in quite clutch here. Wow, that was super cool. Nice. Well, get out of here, you. I'll be having my Master Sword back. Gloom Sword. Do we want a Gloom Sword over anything here? They don't last long, but again, it's crazy good damage. Oh, go on. We've got lots of bombs and stuff. Get rid of the rock thing. Have we got another Silver Goblin Horn? Yeah, we do. Ooh, that said, this thing looks cool and is almost as powerful, so let's put it on the Gloom Sword. Not to mention it also has presumably some kind of ice power to it. Oh, that looks dope. It's like a horrible, like, twisted... They call it a Reaper. Twisted little multi-bladed stabby knife thing. Oh, that's vicious. Anyway, back to the fancy pants. And I guess the Champion's Tunic while we're at it. But, yeah, it would seem that I went the wrong way for the shrine. Because there are no more pine cones. Is it me or this gloom looks a little different and weird? No, it's maybe just me. Oh, hello. Just another icicle, I guess. Make a long, speary, stabby thing out of that. Yeah, I've gone completely the wrong way. Let me go back. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the beginning. Bugger. I thought I was going the right way to go back. I was not. Hang on, no, we went from, like, this way over here, didn't we? We were just here. I'll know when I run into all those weapons I just dropped on the ground, like the Demon King's bow and the other stuff. How many bows does the Demon King have? I guess he was really into archery. Here it is, yeah. But again, a thing I kind of liked about the Breath of the Wild labyrinths, again, following this game design paradigm of, like, as long as you know what you're looking for and have some tactics about it, it's not actually that difficult. It's not like you need a bunch of required special items to get through the labyrinths. It's just you need to look the heck around and think outside of what your normal perception of a labyrinth would be, and that you don't usually have to climb the walls of one to get out. I understand why I was thrown off the trail after hearing that wicked laugh, though, so that I feel justified in having been scared and afraid by that. Okay, it's possible our fight kind of threw things off. Oh, it's right. It's like genuinely right across from the notebook. And I just went the wrong way. So they said that it's like the light is beckoning us, so I guess they want us to ascend up through here, and then it'll bring us to some kind of inner passage without being the top, or not. Oh, unless we're just supposed to drop in from the top over here, because this looks important, doesn't it? Oh, maybe not. I probably shouldn't have jumped in there. Interesting that there's sort of multiple tiers to this here over there. Here over there? To this here. Sorry, not that. Pinecone goes this way, though. Unless I'm following them backwards now. Yeah, I think I might be. Let me think about this logically, though. To get to this... No, unless it's some kind... I guess it could be some kind of underground passage, but, presumably to get into this central thing, the entrance would be on this block somewhere. It would be on an adjoining... Because you'd have to go through... Even if it were up on a middle of a wall somewhere, it would go through the wall and end up in the middle. You would have to think. Ah, but then again... Now that we have Ascend, if they've changed things, it's possible... Hello? Hello? Forget everything I was just saying. Pinecone! We've made it. This is actually just striking a chord of familiarity. I think maybe this is how it was in Breath of the Wild. Wizard's Log Day 4! I've done it. At long last, I've done it. I found... Well, it's 4 days, but at long last, you've done it. I found a relic of the Zonai civilization, though my euphoria is short-lived. In the hours since my discovery, I've tried touching, hitting, and yelling at the relic, but it remains unresponsive. I'm starting to fear that I may not unravel the secrets of the Zonai after all. Thought makes the cold even more bitter. Well, fine. I suppose it's time I crawl out of this frigid pit and issue my report of my investigation. I mean, it's still a pretty huge find, is it not? I consider it to be anyway. I want to get this teleport open, then I want to head up there, because we just saw up that above this room is some kind of treasure. North Lomai Chasm. Oh, is there an entrance to the depths in here? Oh, wow. How does that open, huh? Or is there a lever in here that opens all these gates, maybe? To make it easier to get in and out. We'll certainly start by unlocking the actual shrine proper. Boosh! Mayotaki Shrine. Mayotaki Shrine. Sorry. Cool. So right below here in the chasm is probably an Ikatowayam Shrine? Ikatowayam? What an interesting thought. We'll be getting to that shrine next time on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because this is just about all out of the time we have, but I just want to see. I could have sworn in Breath of the Wild there was some kind of lever mechanism or something you could hit around here that opened all the bars around here. Maybe that happened when you finished the shrine or something. before all that even, right up on this ledge, which is where we just were, you can hop up to this other ledge, where we found there was treasure. Oh, and there's a hole back down here. Where does this end up? Oh, there you go. It's right above the shrine and all. Big battery! Oh, we know how good those are now. Right, let me test something out quickly here. I'm saving here. This is my save. But I want to try something stupid and then load that save. How convinced were we that it was the big battery that took a lot of zoning to do? Let's just put one mushroom out and then that battery out and then stick them together and call that a device and then try and remake it and see how much it takes. Nope, put the mushroom back. Because mushroom will only be 3. So if I use this now, in my history is this thing, and I can go over here. Okay, so the big battery is 100. Okay, right. So that was the majority of the cost of that other thing we made earlier. And just to be abundantly clear, normal battery is how much? 12. So it costs 9, which is more than the average zone device, but far, far less than big battery, which lends credence to my theory that the big battery is roughly 10 or 11 times more potent, because it's 10 to 11 times more costly. Very good, though. So that episode, we got one shrine done, discovered this other one and completed that labyrinth, and got a memory, and took down a frost Gleeok. It was a rather happening episode, even though the numbers didn't, soar up in this one like they have in the other ones where we've gotten like 4 shrines in one. But that's all for now. Next video coming to the channel is going to be some more 5 3 Houses, our Vernwind Assassins only run, where we're going to be finishing off that monastery day and maybe have a bit of time to get into some battles. Probably not. There was a lot more stuff that needed to do, some quests and talking to people and stuff. But we're in the middle of a gaming month, in-game month, where in a lot of important leveling up kind of stuff will be happening. So that's quite exciting there. And as for this one, this is where we're going to leave it here. So thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace! I'd like full health again, please. Hey, you get over here, you. Well, I'm going to scrap. I may not know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm sure as heck going to figure it out, maybe. That is a maybe promise kind of thing. Listen here, you. Yeah. What? I don't know what card break means, but you're getting blizzarded. Oh, it doesn't go up.